Hi guys, and welcome to an almost personal reading I am doing here on whatever shows up. Right, let's get started. First and foremost, I'm doing this reading because I know that following this reading I'm gonna look into some heavy stuff, like I've got some spiritual readings waiting around there on request. So those are coming up. But I was just in the mood here to do a normal reading, if that makes sense. Meaning it's just a reading showing what, picking up on whatever. It's not, hopefully, well, I don't know what shows up, but I'm using decks that are more lighthearted. I'm using my doggy deck, right? So, all right, let's just get to it. Maybe it's career, maybe it's just, everyday life. We will see, right? We will see. I just felt pulled towards it, so maybe there's something in it here for some of you. Let's start shuffling. Hope you're all doing well. Remember, take what resonates, leave behind the rest. For whoever needs it. What are we looking into? We're looking into a situation and see how it will unfold and your strengths and all of that. Typical general reading, guys. Hi, Priestess. Yes. Some of you it could be career. Let's see. And we have the Five of Wands here, which is probably one of the amazing Five of Wands cards there is, which is someone here being rather protective in the doggy park. It's not so much that, it's more of I can explain it. Do you see this doggy standing there, and the other dog is wanting to come in there with their stick? It's a bit of a play. It's actually a little bit of a playful energy, as it shows up here, but still vigilant. All right, let's see. You know what? Let's start by pulling out here immunology. Let's start with some oracles. Show me immunology. South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. Believe in the impossible in the blue moon. A South Node. All right. that's a complex energy. If any of you know of the South Node, the North Node being a path forward, right? But in order to live out the South Node, the North Node, there's a South Node. We talk about the South Node in astrology, right? This is an astrology deck. In astrology, the South Node tends to represent past life karma, actually. Like, don't let the past hold you back. The South Node, it's right. I was kind of expecting like a moon saying you're beginning on a new cycle and all of that, but you get the South Node. Shit. And don't believe in the impossible in the blue moon. A personal issue reaches resolution. Have any of you ever heard that saying, once upon a blue moon or something, a blue moon, which is that of a rare occasion, right? For some of you, there's an energy here related to the past. We're definitely going to look into it, which could sometimes make you skeptical, right? Some kind of an emotional attachment to a memory that can sometimes block the belief, the faith, the hope that there's something else, right? That then remember, think of the north as your career path almost, like, but as something with hope attached to it, right? It's not always, depends on what the North Node is, but yeah, it does tie very much up to the South Node as that which holds you back. It's very, very complex energy. It's not easy to go through here. All right, that's interesting. Let's pull out here a soul lesson, and then we pull out the tarot. Surrender. I can release the need to control. You got to really look into what kind of South Node you have personally, right? And where it falls in the house. I was like, should I tell you mine? But no, I shouldn't. We have pride. The fun thing is that I was pulled towards Leo the moment I saw this South Node, because the sign looked a bit like Leo. It's not Leo, But it's every time I see this South Node, it always reminds me of Leo. Alright, we have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone, and we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Pride. Shit. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. You know what I'm getting right now is that energy of the 5th house. Why am I being thrown into the astrology? Alright, maybe this. Alright. The color yellow, right? I've associated right now with the 5th house in astrology and the Leo energy. I'm actually being thrown into that, which is, yes, the inner child and all of that, but also of your solar plexus chakra. My God, I'm actually getting all of the shit I kind of haven't spoken about for a long time, because it's been so long since I had to do one of these readings that are like not always about love and all that. But yeah, there is something here about, you know, your inner child, your core, basically is what I'm trying to get at, your core energy. That which cannot be rocked. But the challenge here when it comes to our core is, it depends on what core you have. I can't go into that, because it's easy here as someone who has a strong core to sit and talk about how the importance of having a strong core. But if you're talking with someone who's not on the same path or didn't have the same experiences, it can come off as arrogant. You understand? That's also the pride here. We got to really take into account who we are communicating with. It's very difficult in this arena here, because first and foremost this is general and I can't see you and I get so many stories, but yeah. I get this here. It's very to be mindful of how we communicate, who we communicate with, because not everyone. We don't share the same story. That's for sure. Like 10 of Wands here. Yes, I have to move on. I know the closure here, but I feel I'm confusing some of you even more. Yeah, but all right. Let's just throw out the cards, because I can get that this might get a little abstract. Show me. We have the Lovers. How lovely. I'm going to do a stroke reading on the Lovers. Crossed by the 2 of Cups. Even better. This energy here is my context, guys. So I'm constantly keep looking at it. There we have the moon. The moon. I was just about to shut down the entire reading here. Alright, let's see. Don't let the past hold you back. The past is also what helps you grow. Strong Leo energy. Sorry, guys. Alright, Alright, so you know what, guys? We have actually the energies on the table, or those I'm going to look into later today. The Lovers and the Chariot. How wonderful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But the 6 of Wands is not here. That's also on my to-do list. But that's in love. But I actually think this is a love reading, even though I hoped it wouldn't be. But it may be, because, listen, the Lovers crossed by the 2 of Cups. Hold on. Got a little annoyed by that. Still a little bit annoyed. Can you... Yeah, I used to work with film. So... It's still in me. The frame needs to be in there. Sorry. Yeah. I say I haven't even put on makeup or anything. I look the way I look, alright, guys? Anyway. The Lovers. And crossed by the 2 of Cups. Strong soulmate connection, alright? I can't talk my way out of this. This is strong connection between 2 people. They are actually 2 people. Normally the Lovers is a matter here, but, you know, could be a choice, right? It could be a choice. I'm looking at the Devil here. Right. It could be a choice, but in this case it's most likely a choice of people. No. But it makes things difficult, right? Some of you are in the Empress energy. But no, for some of you, you are. For those I'm reading for here, the Empress energy is here. do you place yourself? There's a third energy here as well, but it's a good energy, right? There is just this Empress energy, which is on her way to happiness, absolute fulfillment. And this is the Queen of Cups. I'm reading for the Queen of Cups, right? Someone, definitely the Queen of Cups. I'm touching upon the Queen of Cups story, that's for sure. How she will fit into this, I have absolutely no idea, because she doesn't really, she's not really aligned with that kind of energy. But let's look into it. Fuck. All right. We are talking here about a choice that needs to be made. Could be in a partnership, right? Two people that are being asked to a certain degree to kind of like question whether or not they are seeing eye to eye. I feel as though they are, but there's something there is something here that's hidden, and I feel as though that's also where you are at here, right? You do have this Page of Wands as your energy. You're ready to take on a new start. You don't see, you confused. You're confused in here. You're hoping to move forward with the Chariot, but you are absolutely confused. It may be that you have this start and stop energy within you, because are you struggling here with following through on what it is that you set your intentions to do so? Is it because we have here, when we then look at this south node here, south node, which we're definitely going to look into. I actually cannot believe I'm going to clarify these oracles. Sorry guys, it's just I'm very, very surprised right now, because I get the energy here from the tarot. It's actually rather straightforward, but they are complicated by the oracles. But I really get as though they really tell an interesting story. They give me this underlying energy, which I was actually trying to get rid of because I wanted to keep it simple, but I really get as though they're important. Right, and I need to keep track here. That's this energy here. Somewhat of a concentration issue in the energy that shows up here as the attitude, right? But it's actually kind of misaligned with what it is that you have as your potential. Your full potential is far more prosperous. Did some of you here down the line? I pulled too many cards. So yeah, did some of you down the line here, did you by any means have a disappointment taking place? I absolutely see, yeah, and I will see this one. So yes, you did. Sometimes I should just open up my eyes to see what's right in front of me. That's what I get here. Because you're coming from a place of sadness. That is still here. That's the thing. There's this trauma bond. And what is a trauma bond? Well, it depends on who you... Well, there are many definitions of it, but right now the way I'm using it is... it doesn't have to be in love itself. Like a trauma bond is where you fall in love with someone who represents a continuation of something toxic in your life. It's like, we call it like Stockholm syndrome, falling in love with your abuser. You fall in love, but that's where we're talking like very, very, it's a very, very, when it becomes very deep, right? Stockholm syndrome is falling in love with your abuser because you have to survive. That's the child that falls in, children that make up excuses for bad parents because they have to. They are their prime caretakers, right? But then it continues into adulthood. It doesn't have to be that, right? But you also see it like, yeah, you fall in love with your abuser because you have to survive. But trauma bond as an energy that's outside of that can also be that you keep seeking out the same patterns, even though they hurt you, but you feel safe there. Right? It's being trapped there. That's what I get with the trauma bond here. And even if it's even if it has a negative spiral to it, there's something comforting here about focusing on what was lost, that food that was already eaten there, right? But then again, if we see here, those two balls that are behind this dog, they are still empty. So again, more is about a potential here. But you show up as the Empress like this black little doggy here, right? That's important when I look at the imagery in these cards, because that's her. Right? It is typical, the feminine energy. It is the feminine energy that struggles to release. Man, woman doesn't matter, but it is the feminine energy that struggles to release. And then we have here with the Lovers, right? You see her sniffing her tree. And then we have the Emperor who's pissing up a tree. This is the Empress shadow side I'm picking up on. It's like the Empress has to portray herself as, you know, she just, right now the color comes to represent something. I haven't read with colors for a very, very long time, but colors actually matter. If you know how to interpret it, but you know, anyways, forget it. But you know, with this you see the alright, that's actually interesting, right? But you know, I got the devil energies with all this blackness, but you see she doesn't have that black color in her here. Or grey, she's more like a charcoal grey. Beautiful. Right, there she is. Charcoal. I draw, right? Colors really matter when you draw. It's like, it's charcoal, right? Charcoal. No, it's sepia. No, different. Anyway, it's just very important, especially when you work with dark colors, that you really get your nuances right, because otherwise it just turns, you can't see anything, right? Like for instance, this one here. Could have made it a little bit lighter so you could have seen her properly, right? She just becomes a black dot, but yeah. Anyway, forget it. Oh god, back on track. I'm first I'm reading on the feminine energy's dark side, which is that of not letting go. Because this feminine energy has to pretend sometimes that the darkness is not there. It's sometimes similar to, right, for the mother energy, right? The mother energy, you always have to be very strong for your children. Of course, the same thing for your father as well, right? But I have, it's a particular thing in mothers that you don't show your children when you're sad. Depends on who you are and how you are as a mother, right? But it's not uncommon. I mean, because the Empress, when she's in the upright, she's not someone who uses her children as a pillow, right? For instance, let's say she goes through a divorce, but she fucking keeps a straight face. She shows she's a royalty, right? But that doesn't mean she's not feeling pain. She goes and cry in the bathroom. I got that energy here about, you have to keep a straight face. It's almost, can I really say this? It's like being a woman working in certain industries that's just not open yet, where you have to do the same. Of course, it can still go for men, but it's more like, all right, let's say you are a sensitive person and you work in Wall Street. That in itself is just not going to work. But you can, if that's where you're going and if it feels right, then you buckle up to go through it. That's also the energy we get here with the Chariot. 19 minutes is supposed to be short. But I see that here with you. It's like you are going towards prosperity here, right? But you are confused in how to get there. In your environment is a woman. There's so many women. There's a woman, there's a Queen of Wands. I feel as though this woman is coming towards you. She is very, very, very attracted. She's a lot of fire in her. if this is not you. Alright, show me something. It is in the past. There is a woman here. There's an Empress. Oh my god. The narrative just shifted completely. 5 of Cups, the Empress, and the 2 of Swords. For some of you guys, this Empress is someone... Oh no, don't give me this bullshit. I asked for a simple reading. I did not want this. You give it to me anyway. I really do not have a fucking choice sometimes, do I? Fine. It's the Emperor and the Empress. You know my stand on it. You know. You know my stand on it. I get annoyed. It's like actually, I feel like it's been 6 months since I was last thrown into these Empress where I got annoyed all the time. And then I was like, oh my god, I'm free. Now it's coming back. Right. Anyway, I asked here who's this Queen of Wands to you, right? It's 5 of Cups, Empress, and the 2 of Swords. For some of you, yes, this is a person. I don't want to go that's right. It's a person who was let go and blah blah blah, kind and caring, nurturing, whatever. Throw that to the side because you can see I don't want. It's just you can find those readings everywhere. All right, that's not how we roll on this here. If this is in you, I actually get this being your creative power. This is where we have the tension. This is where we have the tension, because if you are then that Empress who was rejected, or who has this creativeness within her, right? You can watch the Empress reading I did some time ago if you want to know more about the Empress, where I went go over her because how annoying she is sometimes. The Empress is very, very, very creative. There's always something more, and that's also what I see here. If this is in you, right? I see there being a tension. That tension I went over before going in here. That tension regarding the pace of it. Because the Empress is a slow energy, right? It takes 9 months to cook up some puppies here in the belly. It is complete in contrast to the Chariot here, which is bam, forward, now. Empress does not work like that. The Empress energy does not work like that. The feminine energy does not work like that. There is no time the time is definitely not linear in the Empress energy. As the Emperor energy that works with linear time, there is no time. That's how also the Emperor, feminine energy, the moon energy, also very feminine energies when it comes to working with trauma. Like that past experience, whenever the fuck they happen, they come. Suddenly you can find yourself in a situation at the age of 50, and suddenly you're having a reaction to a certain situation in that time period, but the reaction stems from something that happened when you were 12, right? So that's how time works in the feminine energies, that it's not linear like that. That's how trauma works. Trauma bond, right? Again, going back to that past energy here, that can then create these blockages. Guys, I almost feel like I am doing the Chariot, but let's see. Yeah. But that creates those blockages, these emotional traumas, if they are there, right? If they are there. But when I look here to the Lovers and the 2 of Cups, this have to do with a partnership, right? With a partnership, 2 people coming together, but there could be blockages. Even if it isn't work, because I do see you wanting to move towards, your long-term stability, your long-term goals. But in that environment, there is this person here. All right, show me, how do you... This is change. Your environment is affecting you. There are too many women, guys. There we had the 3 of Swords. There are fucking too many women. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse here. Guys, this is your creative energy being completely drained. You be mindful you don't give too much of yourself. This is especially true for the Queen of Cups, that definitely needs to, I swear to God. Alright, let me go through this, right? First and foremost, for those of you who have a tendency to give too much, be mindful of this. That you don't give so much that you drain yourself. That's a little bit of a warning sign here. For others of you, I am literally picking up on all of the aspects of the Empress here. Her loving, kind, nurturing side. Where was she? All we need is the fucking Queen of Pentacles, but yeah. I'm picking up here on her loving, kind, nurturing side. That's how she shows up a lot. The sweetness, the kindness. She's here. But those emotions are kind of... I really get that that's the energy that's like wanting to protect. But you know what was also in the Empress? The Queen of Swords. Don't fucking mess with the Queen of Swords. That's how you have the transition right into the Empress, if you wanna. Didn't I just stumble across a reading called something like Going into the Empress? Should probably watch that. But yeah, we have this. You know, the Empress has all of these aspects to her. She is fierce. She's don't fucking mess with her. Like, she's that strong mother. Even if she's not a mother, but that's the strong mother energy. She's a creator. She is the creator of the entire tarot deck. It doesn't have to be like, give birth to a child, but it is the creative energy. She is very powerful. A lot, magician, we say the magician is very, very powerful. You know what makes the magician and the Empress together? That's a fucking powerful mechanism. Because creation from within and then bringing it out forth. The magician is having the tools. Magician's got the magician and the Empress can be a powerful teamwork. the Empress, well, she's because she has the Queen of Swords in her, she knows how to fucking look out for herself. But that's energy. By the way, all right. Let's just enough of the Empress. But that energy here is in the fucking surroundings, and you're in many ways not communicating. I actually get that maybe also someone here surrounding some of you. It's a situation. It could be a person, but there's definitely something here about it being draining. It drains you of your storage. It drains you of your energies. And I get that is confusing you sometimes and makes you want to move away. You got bad news in the past here. Yes, that's it. You got your heart broken in the past. And you're tired. That's why. You're confused. You have pain still with you. So when you're looking at the world right now, it's difficult for you to see that there could be a partnership with someone. So even if you feel a strong soul tie, the pride here, you're using your head to rationalize, because that's how we rationalize. We use our head, yes, but I don't know, let's not go there. But conceptually, if we go into it like that, then rationalize is that of using your head here to put things into words. But there's logic and all structure and all that to it. Forget it. But you are rationalizing from a place of the ego. The ego is here to protect us. Am I really going to go through this? Yes. All right. So for those very few people who have been exposed to forms of early traumatic experience, whatever it may be. It could be that you moved around a lot. It could be this and that. It really doesn't. Yeah, it's the ego is formed as a protector. It's a shield. right? It's like the Chariot. It's like a shield that protects us, so we can move into something. Because if it's not, if our ego is not strong, first and foremost, it's difficult to get in contact with your core, because you come into this like, who am I? Right? You kind of need those boxes. You think of the ego as a box. In my opinion, right? You can probably find other opinions, and I'm not fucking professional in it. But in this case here, if it has, so I didn't even know, right? The ego, right? Think of it as a box. It's like it's a box you can point at and say, this is who I am. This is my value. Still keep it flexible, right? But remember when I said that children, they make up excuses for their parents? They put them into boxes. They compartmentalize, apparently. I don't know. I can't remember what the compartmentalize is like. All right, forget it. But you know, they kind of make up a reality. That's the ego. They make up a reality, and they make that reality a belief system, and that is their reality, so they can fucking survive. Egos, depending if they are certain aspects of an ego. Let's just for the purpose of this reading here, say that we have multiple different egos, right? It's not one, because but aspects of that ego. Let's say you have something that's built in that stage of your life, and that stage, and that stage, and that stage of your life. You build up a particular mindset or that ego at that specific time in your life. It fucking helps you survive, right? But there comes a time when it's outdated. But you know, one thing is saying that you should let go of your ego. Another thing is fucking doing it. That's the difference also with these readings. I can sit here and say this and that, but you know, it takes fucking time. It takes work. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. It's very, very difficult for someone who is brought up to always be in your mind to let go of control. It's not easy. It is so difficult. And whenever I hear those who are completely in their feminine energy say otherwise, they are not because the Empress understands that. She understands that, you know, because she's all feminine, right? But she also, the Empress understands challenges, right? She has her own fucking challenges, because that the challenge of the feminine, as you can clearly see here, is that of having fucking structure. And does it work to have someone come into your life and say, here's the structure, do this, do that? No, it doesn't work. It's the opposite. It's shaming, right? And you can take that and throw it the other way around as well. For some reason, it also came up, but the pride here was that of fear. It's like someone here is creating a narrative. Already, it's almost like it would be you, right? You have those experiences there, and they can sometimes block you if you don't if you are not yourself willing to do the work yourself, to look at those narratives. What's coming up for you is the Ace of Cups. It's the Ace of Cups. People always say the Ace of Cups is an amazing energy. It apparently here ties up with the Six of Wands. I'm apparently going to go on a little bit of a... I'm going to do some readings here after this that may tie together. But so the Ace of Cups in a future position is one of... It's a little bit being careful with it, right? Because it is, as I say, I can already hear it, right? Ace of Cups is always like, oh, but then there's love. It is love. I'm gonna have love. Yes, you maybe. Especially with the devil here up here, maybe. The Ace of Cups can be that in the future, can be that of imagining an overflow of love. And it's a good thing, because it then opens up your heart, right? It's just a matter of kind of questioning, where is this conditioned, or where do you place your cup here? Is it your own heart space, or is it my heart space here, your heart space here, right? This cup here, right? This is your heart, right? Then it's like, where do you attach that happiness to? Is it yourself here, or is it that person? Because if that person then that situation doesn't work out, prepare for unrequited love. And now, see, here is where we get this fine balance in that then someone is like, all right, so in order for me to protect myself from that, I'm not going to give my heart whatsoever. Then we have the fine balance, right? Because then we're coming into having a closed heart space. Then you don't believe in the impossible here. It's the fine balance, like adjustments are required, yes. This is the impossible. But because it's impossible makes it possible. What do I mean by that? To stay open and to love. Alright, love is a paradox. Because love brings a lot of happiness, but it also brings pain with it. The mother knows this, the Empress knows this. There's so much love in having that baby here. Whether or not you give birth to them yourself or not doesn't really matter. It's just that, that love, that unconditional love. But every mother knows you have this symbiosis, right, where you are one with the child. But we all know that one day you have to let go. That child has to learn independence. It's not that you're going to abandon. You have to be on the fucking sideline. That's the paradox, the possible task of being there while you are not there. Do you understand? It's the same thing about love. It's like it has so much happiness, but it also has pain because you have to let go. But because of that, it becomes possible because it means that you have to be in a very self-reflective state the entire time. Well, most of the time. You always have to stop a little bit and say, all right, when am I merging too much? Without it being stressful, it's actually an art form. And in doing so, there are incidents where you will not do it perfectly. Everyone who says they do things perfectly are not doing it perfectly. You can do the most perfect job, but you know what? There's imperfection, and perfection has imperfection in it. So that's also where we have this forgiveness comes in, because we will always be incidents, even when you can be the most amazing parent or employee or whatever, there will be incidents where you are not perfect all the time. It's not possible. Alright, what do we have here for you? We have from victim to survivor. It's to change mindset. And we have child leaving the nest, and we have outstanding personal achievements, social changes. This is basically what I have, right? From victim to survivor is the past that holds you back. It's a mindset. A negative, possibly narrative here. Growth, friendship. I expand my consciousness. Actually, when I was shuffling, I got this success, failure coming together. And I was like, oh, right, wonderful. Because I personally hate this. Because but there's success in failure. Yes, but it sucks. But there is. I mean, most of my growth all of my growth have come from failing. I have never grown from being perfect. Anyway, we do have this child leaving the nest, right? Parent-child relationship, learning new roles in life related to having a safe foundation and growing up and learning independence. Personal, outstanding personal achievement. All right, we're going into the Six of Wands afterwards immediately. Receiving a significant milestone in your life. Admirers and haters will follow. Stand your ground. But from victim to survivor. It's a good energy here, but I actually get the message in this reading has a lot to do with you believing in yourself. There may be friends coming your way, by the way. New friends. I saw new friends. Like your changes, there's going to be changes here in those you talk with intimately, can I say that? Where you share yourself. There is a partnership most likely coming here. Wonderful. This is good. I actually see you most likely, possibly. Let's look into this devil. Let's just hope that they are Capricorn. Let's say that's what the Capricorn energy is for. But they could actually be someone who has earth in them. But there's someone here who has this. Right, alright, just show me the devil. I'm not gonna. Let's see, what do we have for the devil up there? The lovers, the devil and the lovers have a life path together. 7 of Swords, okay, forget it. And we have the 5 of Wands. This is not good. Time to take a breathe out. And failure. Yes, there's a failure in the making here. So there we have it. There's a choice to be made. Why do we get this? Why is this happening? This is not cool. This is so not cool. It's like me saying here, all right, you gotta open up your heart here, have an open mindset, and then someone screws someone over. I don't want to fucking give that message. What is this about? Six of Wands. Two of Cups. The Chariot. I cannot believe this. I'm abandoning this reading now because now it's getting complicated. It's 40 minutes in. It's a waste of... No, waste. It's just... It was supposed to be a short one. I feel as though this is the reading for the Chariot. I gotta be honest. Alright, but you know what I'm getting here is... what I'm getting, I got blank space right there. Oh, I gotta look into why this is happening, because this is not good. It's a choice between the dark side here. How can I explain this? Like, there's something inside of me, I want to try and twist it and make it positive. Because it's not always bad, but I gotta say it's not always... It's like a path that's being redirected. Alright, yeah, someone here is redirecting a path because someone is very, very dishonest. It's not cool, it's not okay what is going on. You have a trauma bond. You may be, some of you may actually be connected to someone who's... They're wrong. They are wrong for you. In every way they are wrong, even if they may be a good person. But if they have this juggling nature about it, I feel as though I'm reading for some Capricorns right now, because this showed up in a Capricorn reading, which is giving your love to a player. Forget it. Show me this Three of Wands down here. Five of Cups. It is the trauma bond. King of Pentacles. Yes. It's someone here dating. I mean, this probably don't. This happens. I see it every fucking where. It's that of giving your love and being used to not and being rejected. It's like finding. It's like it's the norm of giving and being rejected, and that's how you form a relationship. You don't ask for anything in return because it's normal that there's third party situations. It's normal that you don't see each other. It's normal that you don't spend time together. Because God forbid, if you were to ask if someone here what they were doing behind your back, it would be that, oh my God, then you are just controlling and all of that. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's a matter of the people who want you, they will show you they want you. They make space for you. If they're not making space for you, they're not making you a part of their life. You are not that important, right? Really. The Devil clarified by the Lovers and the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands. I can't, guys. I'm sorry. But you know, I do see someone here. It's like someone here. Like, so stupid. Someone here wants to have victory in a partnership. Right. If we are to turn this into something amazing, then it's that someone here is trying to. They want to have victory in a partnership. It's like being in love with someone, and they want someone to be partner. They want to partner up with. There could be someone in your life that wants to partner up with you. But for some reason or another, they are tied to something here. So the way that they partner up with you, they have to be smart and intelligent. It's basically like fucking Romeo and Juliet, right? Where it's like we can't be together, so we have to find ways to be together. I would need to know the context for me to understand that, because everything in me screams that's just, I don't know. But if there's a context, right? And if there are different situations where it makes sense, I mean... Again, if this is in love or is it in career, it also would alter the meaning, right? I read different for career reading. If this was a career reading, I would kind of understand. I would look into it differently. In a love reading, I would be no. But that's, but then again, I'm not from a culture where you have families that have any say in it, right? It's just no. Pride, I see myself in everyone. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't let hurt pride, or don't let hurt energies or wounds from the past shape into a very self-defensive, prideful energy. Was like, I don't fucking need anyone. That's the difference between that being single and independent and cool, and then being militant, right? But there's a difference between being in a thriving state or in a surviving state. When you're surviving, you are when you are surviving, let's say it like that. When you are surviving, you're not really that well dressed up to the task of looking forward into the future. When you are surviving, you are living in the present moment. When you are thriving, you are relaxed, and you have the capacity to look long term, to look short term, and look back. That thriving state is stress free. There's happiness in that thriving state. It's not the same as going with the flow. It's a matter of being in a state where you are met. What you give, your talents, whatever it is, are met by your environment in equal terms, and therefore you thrive, and that brings flow, movement. It's a positivity. That's where you're in a state of positive, right? Surviving is not that. Surviving is always focused on the past. For instance, like, I survive what is in the past. I survive what is in the past. Yeah, what's in the future? I don't know what's in the future, but I survive what was in the past. It sounds harsh. If you're coming out, it's trauma, right? Proper trauma is always in a surviving state. Reaching that, coming into a thriving state is very difficult. Especially if you keep finding yourself in communities that's always about the surviving, right? It's kind of like then you reinforce it. It's a difficult challenge. I'm not going to go into it because it goes very close to where I end up shaming someone, and that's not the purpose, because it's not easy. It's not easy dealing with forms of traumatic experience or whatever that was to the person who went through it, right? I can't sit here and pretend that I know everything. If going back to what we had here, it's like we are different people, come from different backgrounds, we have different conditionings. Gotta listen at the context level. So that is what I have for you. Take whatever you want. I was supposed to make it lighthearted. It happened, alright? It's what it is. Take care. Ciao.